what Eco-Sikhs do as an organisation and why you've chosen to partner with Forestry England?
Sure. Well, thanks, Gertch, for allowing me to participate in this interview concerning a very important project. So, in brief, Eco-Sikh as an international movement was established in the USA and in the Punjab in 2010 because of the environmental problems that Punjab is facing at this point in time. And those problems are, as you know, water table depletion, where the water level has dropped into the ground by hundreds of meters, overuse of the land and overuse of pesticides and chemicals that have contaminated the soils, and also the contamination of the air by pollution. And it was Dr. Rajwant Singh and Ravandeep Singh who got together to establish Eco-Sikh Punjab. And then, since then, we've created branches in the USA, in Canada, in Europe, in Ireland, and also in the UK. We were established 2 years ago as Eco-Sikh UK, and since then we've been doing a lot of awareness work and also a lot of work in the field to plant many trees, to create educational packages for gurdwaras and for the Sangat, and also to engage the youth in thinking about having a green lifestyle. And so the recent collaborative project with Forestry England, we think, is a very exciting project. And as you said, Gertch, it's about creating 3 new oneness groves in North England, in the East Midlands, and in East London, where a lot of our Sikh populations and people of faith live in the inner city areas. So it serve that function very well. And our inspiration for the forest has been Guru Har Rai Ji. As you know, Guru Har Rai Ji, the 7th Guru of the Sikhs, was an environmentalist par excellence. He created the very famous Naulakha Bagh in Punjab, which is full of beautiful fruit trees, and also Guru Har Rai Ji had the best medicinal herbal garden in the whole of India at that time. And he, from that garden, he cured Dara Shikoh, who was the emperor's son, Shah Jahan's son, who had been poisoned. So that garden was renowned for its medicinal properties. And so Guru Har Ji is a tremendous inspiration for us. And every day we read in Japji Sahib, Pavan Guru, Bani Pita, Mata Tarta Mahat. Not just that, Gurbani is full of so many beautiful metaphors that are taken from the natural world to explain our inner spiritual environment. And the Gurus were very acute, very astute observers of nature. And there are numerous species of birds, plants, herbs, shrubs mentioned in Gurbani, hundreds of species. So this is how keen the Guru's eye was at observing and to explain how we then take these metaphors, try and explain our inner human state. And that can only happen, of course, if you have a beautiful environment around you. If you have greenery around you, you're going to be inspired by it. And that's what really, that's why every evening the Sikhs say, at our side of the part, we say, Balihari Kudrat Vasya, Tera Antana Jai Lakya. I am a sacrifice to the creator who lives in the creation. And so these are great, beautiful shabds that inspire us on a daily basis. So if Gurbani is saying to us, look, here are these beautiful metaphors, then we need to be kept on being inspired by those metaphors by preserving nature around us, because we are nature. Humans are from nature. Our roots are the soil. You could say humans are living trees, and if the roots are growing in bad soil or defective soil, the roots will die, and we're going to die as a species, as well as wiping out all plant life and animal life. Because let's face it, we are facing a environmental catastrophe at the moment, and COP26 that's happened recently in Glasgow has highlighted the plight of the planet. And as a human race, we really have, this is a last chance to get it right, to try and preserve the air, water, and the earth for our children's children's children. And so, as Eco-Sikh UK, our small, humble contribution has been to inspire the Sikh community and all faith communities to gather together in this oneness forest. The oneness, again, inspired by Guru Nanak, the Ik Onkar philosophy of Guru Nanak, which is oneness. That's what it actually means. Ik Ongkar means oneness. And to inspire our South Asian communities, or whatever their faith is, to access green spaces for many reasons, as you rightly said, Gurch. One, mental health, very, very important. We know from research that mental health is helped tremendously by accessing green spaces. During the COVID pandemic lockdown, people started to access green spaces more and more and felt good about that. We know from a physical perspective, cardiovascular health, blood pressure, diabetes, all these things are helped tremendously by physical exercise, by getting out into green, fresh air environments and to access those environments. And also for the kids, children love wildlife, birds, insects, butterflies, mammals, and it's also a great opportunity for the kids to get out into the wild, to do some citizen science and to be inspired by, you know, those types of environments. And also, who knows, to also inspire them to take a career, a job in the green sector would also be a really fantastic spin-off from these oneness groves.
And that's brilliant. So we're going to see, when we see the footage from the first tree planting of the Oneness Grove, that there were indeed people from different generations. That's wonderful. So in going for the future, as you said, there are going to be 2 future groves. How can
Yes.
we give the Sangha the opportunity, people who are watching this program today, how could they get involved with the amazing work that EcoSikh are doing?
Yes. So number one is to I think whenever we've sent out the message for volunteers via our communication pathways, sometimes the uptake has been very variable, and sometimes I think that the environmental agenda isn't quite as high on our agenda as it is when it comes to other issues. So I think we have to, as a community, as a Sikh community, I think we have to pay more attention to the environment, because our gurus were very sensitive about the environment, and Guru Har Rai Ji, seventh Guru, was extremely sensitive about the environment. And so we need to, I think, just remember what Guru Har Rai Ji did and it is still doing for us through his Sikh volunteers, and to take up the opportunity to get involved in green seva. So whenever there's tree planting or bulb planting or some sort of conservation going on, I think the Sangha should really get out of its comfort zone and go into green spaces and to engage with those spaces and with the communities, because we know that South Asians don't access green spaces as they should. Research has shown that, and for a variety of reasons. One is perhaps they're inaccessible, that you need public transport or a car to get there. Might be a problem for some people. There's also the issue about sort of perceived racism, that people don't look like me who access green spaces. And I think that really has to be gotten over. That's the individual thing, I think. And there's other reasons as well. That some people say, well, what is there to do there apart from walking around? Well, actually, walking is a very important thing, and to observe nature is a really, really important thing, because it brings such a peace of mind. And so these little barriers we have to overcome. So I think when it comes to the Oneness Grove in the East Midlands and in South Yorkshire that we're trying to create, I think we're going to be putting out the word out much more to the Gurdwaras, to the community centres, and to get people really involved and make into a large celebration. Not just the Sikhs, but also to invite our Muslim and Hindu and Christian and Jewish brothers, Buddhist brothers, because it is a Oneness Grove. And Guru Nanak was not just a Sikh Guru, he is the Guru for the entire planet, for the whole human race. And I think that's important to remember and to celebrate as well. So I think I really enjoy it when people of different faiths get together to celebrate the same cause, because we're one human race at the end of the day. We breathe the same air, we drink the same water, and we eat the same vegetables from the same Mother Earth. So we have to break down these barriers in these beautiful celebratory, I think, occasions where we can just celebrate Mother Earth and to honour her and respect her, so that she is safe and sound for generations into the future.
And I think it's wonderful that, as Forestry England have now launched their strategy on Forest for All, that EcoSikhs have become strategic partners, and, as you say, are taking such an inclusive approach, making sure that every ethnic and every faith community are going to have the opportunity to be involved in these projects. So I would encourage all the Sangat that they should visit the EcoSeek website, find out about their amazing events they're doing, follow them on social media, Twitter, Instagram, etc., Facebook, but also look out for Forestry England forests. There are lots of forests dotted all across the UK. They're free to access. So, as Deep Baji has already said, they have amazing benefits in terms of your physical and mental health. So, I would encourage you all to engage in Green Seva and either just enjoy nature or enjoy the fresh air. But if you want to, take part in the tree planting. And I hope you will all enjoy seeing some of the footage that we had from our recent tree planting of the first ever Oneness Grove in Essex. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name's PK Kaya Creswell. I'm the Director of Strategy and Corporate Affairs for Forestry England, and I'm here today at Ingerbourne Hill, just outside London, with Forestry England and the EcoSikhs, and we're here today for a tree planting event to launch a fantastic partnership between Forestry England and the EcoSikhs, which is to celebrate the launching of a partnership that is going to create an opportunity for tree planting that really recognises the importance of tree planting for climate change, for biodiversity, the importance of trees and nature and connection in people's lives. Forestry England has recently launched its 5-year plan, Growing the Future, and in that plan we've really set out our vision for the nation's forests being truly for everybody. They are truly for the nation, and this partnership is showing how important this work is in helping us achieve that reality and connecting the nation's forests with everyone. Well, we all know the importance that trees can help with. They do so much for the environment in terms of carbon capture. There, if we just look to the right there, you can see London spread out. They're so important for so many different reasons. They capture carbon, which is incredibly important for combating climate change. They're really important for helping cool temperatures. For as we know, our cities are. The temperature is rising. They help with water management, flooding. They help with soil stability. They help with biodiversity and providing homes for wildlife and all sorts of species. But they also really help with our mental health and connections to nature, and to be able to access green spaces so close to the city is incredibly important for all of us. And the pandemic really showed that as we when we were confined to our homes and we weren't able to access green spaces, all of us really felt the importance of that missing link. And so we want to build on that, and we want to show how that access to green spaces is so important. So partnerships like this are a great opportunity for volunteering, for enjoying nature, for getting out there and getting your hands dirty, tree planting, and just enjoying these green spaces. It's opportunity, and thinking that green spaces aren't necessarily there for them, but they are, they're for everyone. And actually, by creating partnerships like this, by seeing more people of Asian descent and of all heritage out in the environment, I think is a really powerful symbol. So I'm so pleased to be here with EcoSikhs today to launch this partnership and to see people of the planting that we're doing today is launching a space called Oneness Groves, and they have been named that way. It's a really powerful symbol that the EcoSikhs have created to show this real unity of spirit and this accessibility and inclusivity to invite people to come with the spirit of contemplation and the opportunity to invite everybody to come and connect with these spaces and with these trees. So and that is available to everybody, all creeds, all races, all colours. Everyone is welcome, which is so powerful. And that is the power of nature, and that's the power of this partnership. Our message is get outside, come and visit, and whether that's just to go for a walk or whether it is to plant trees, whatever you're doing, actually connecting with nature is such a powerful thing for your own mental health and for the health of the planet.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We are here today to mark a collaboration with Forestry England and Sikhs UK. This month we're celebrating World Sikh Environment Day, which is celebrated on the 14th of March globally with all our Sikh partners globally. A special thank you from all the team in the UK to Dr. Rajwan Singh, who made this happen. He founded the charity, established Sikhs some years ago. A special thank you to Ravneet Singh, based in Punjab, his initiative for setting up the tree planting of the Guru Nanak sacred forests, which are immensely growing globally. And thank you for everybody that's attended today. We've had a good turnout considering the weather. So for further information regarding Sikhs and forthcoming events throughout the year, you can get more information on the website, which is ecosikhuk.org.
Hi, welcome Ingerborne Hill, Forestry England. This is one of our important sites in East London, where we are seeking to engage communities in forestry and trees and bring people close to nature. These sort of sites are fantastic because they enable people to get out in the sunshine, in the fresh air, exercise, ride your bike, but also be close to the environment. And what we aim to do in Forestry England across this site and the other 1,500 forests we've got in England is enable people to get close to nature, help people to experience the natural environment, and protect the future of the planet for our children and our grandchildren. So as we come out of the COVID pandemic, what we've seen across England is an explosion of visitor numbers to Forestry England sites. We're going to have 296 million visits take place to the woodlands that we care for in this country. And those sites are so important for people because they enable people to get out, get exercise, get health, and be at one with nature. Really important because those well-being benefits help people to become more resilient themselves and to be able to sort of take the challenges that the world sometimes throws at us. So I just really invite people to be able to come out into Forestry England sites. There are 1,500 different woods that we care for across the country. They're all open to you to visit and to enjoy the benefits of nature that these forests can provide.
Hi there, I'm Sally James, Community Woodland Manager for the Thamesby. We're at Ingerborne Hill today, which is one of 10 community woodlands that we care for within the Thames Chase Community Forest. It's fantastic to see planting going on today with EcoSikh in partnership with Forestry England. We're planting 15 standard trees today, so we've got a mixture. We've got some field maple, Italian order and others here, and we're just getting lots of people involved in getting these in the ground, and the point that we're at the moment is the viewpoint of Ingerborne Hill, so it's got amazing views. I can see in front of me towards the kind of London skyline and Thames estuary, and then as you can see behind me into Havering and into Essex, and just glimpse some views of the other woodlands that we care for in this part of the world. So it's fantastic. Partner with EcoSikh here in the Thamesby. We're just on the fringes of London, so in the outer London borough of Havering. So we have a bigger and diverse audience on our doorstep, and it's fantastic to be partnering with this group, but also looking at other groups that we can work with, interfaith groups, particularly here, to make sure our forests really are for everyone. So our community woodlands in the Thamesby, like Ingerborne Hill, are free for people to visit. We're right on the fringes of London on people's doorsteps, so we're really for everyone. Anyone that's watching this, if you fancy a lovely day out, you're into walking, cycling, you just want to get a bit closer to nature and get away from the hubbub of kind of busy urban life, community woodlands really are for you. They belong to everyone. So we just recommend people to get out and to explore these green spaces. And the joy of the woodlands that we look after here is that they connect up to other local parks and places. So there's a lot of walking that you can do here without needing to get on the road or get in the car. So get here by public transport, or as I said, we've got some small car parks if you need that, or if you cycle or are more active. These places are here for you to visit any time of year. Just to say, we care, as Forestry England, we care for community woodlands here in the Thames Beat. We'd like to thank EcoSeek for their partnership, and would encourage people to get out and explore these places on their doorstep, and let us know how you'd like to get involved. We're always looking for volunteers and partners and new ideas to bring nature to people.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name's Davina, I'm from EcoSeek. I'm currently one of the youth coordinators, part of the core team. We're here today with Forestry England to plant some amazing trees for the environment. One of many projects involving the idea of oneness. EcoSeek had this idea of oneness where we want to bring all communities together. We want to have it interfaith. We want to have it regardless of any ethnicity, race, gender, and really share the message of the gurus. In particular, Guru Har Rai Ji, that mentioned the fact of nature and animals and the importance of protecting our ecosystems, taught us the beauty of it. Something which we've carried in our culture and religion for such a long time and through our generations. Something in particular, if we all remember, like in Punjab, where we've originally come from, we have such a strong heritage for fields, for farming, for biodiversity, and it's something which we really want to share. Sikh should be in the main light media. We should be here coming together, showing sort of the teachings and the experiences that we've had for generations, being at the forefront. EcoSeek actually went to Glasgow and we spoke in front of all these international panels talking about what we're trying to do, how we're trying to bring the community together. Guru Nanak Sacred Forest we've begun creating using a new type of sort of scientific planting engineering which is going to help change the environment instead of finding the problems or finding solutions. And I want everyone here today, all the Sikhs, to come together, all the communities to come together to really notice the things that we can be doing, the biodiversity we can be improving, can be helping. The environment is everyone's, the ecosystems is everyone's, and the Gurus really taught us that. They've given us this planet, they've given us the ecosystems. It's our job to protect it and preserve it.
Okay, and how do you think things like COVID and how they can be out and help?
I think in the pandemic, one big major thing we learnt was when we had nothing to do, the one thing we could do was go for walks, environments. We really sort of connected to nature again and really started to appreciate that relationship we had with nature and how beautiful it is just to come together as communities. The little things really mattered, and I really want, now that the COVID crisis sort of calmed down, everyone to still go for walks, see the beauty of nature, because when we have our phones taken away from us, when we have the world taken away from us, politics, remove it all, the one thing we do have is our connection with nature, our connection with spirituality. And I think that's one important thing that people need to, obviously, as well as it's really busy right now, there really is, we have work, politics, everything. It's also important to connect to nature, to connect to yourself, reflect, have that internal sort of time, and nature's an amazing place to do it. And you find so much beauty in nature, and it's sort of nothing that, if you take all the buildings away, the beauty is there, and it's a shame that we've sort of forgot its existence. And I think now that COVID's gone away, if we come to these spaces, we come to these areas, if communities come together, it's amazing places, it's great to learn, and it's an experience which we have in front of us. For EcoSeeks, this is the first project with Forestry England. We've got a few more coming. We currently have really branched out into Glasgow, so if you check out our website, check out our social media pages, you'll notice that we have a lot of events, especially online. We're trying to have as many events online as possible because anyone from anywhere can join the online events, can get involved and talk. We're trying to have many more events with interfaith groups, so as much as it's important to hear the Sikh side of you, we definitely appreciate different religions, different backgrounds, different cultures. And as Sikhs, we're always here to learn, we're always here to know more and share our teachings and grow. So we've got a lot of events going on. If you check out our Instagram page and our YouTube channel and lots of other things, especially the UK base, if you want to know what's going on within the UK, we're sharing consistently, especially at the moment. We have a few more events with World Sikh Environment Day to really celebrate that, so just check out our social media page and stay up to date with it. We currently have a base in Canada and we have a base in America. We're trying to get a base in Ireland at the moment, so we have India, England, Ireland, Canada, California at the moment, and we're trying to really share this message. And it's definitely, the community's picking it up amazingly. We really do want to make a difference. We do want to help. So if you are out there and you are in different countries, perhaps where there is an eco-Sikh base, get in contact, let us know, and then we can set something up. We can give everyone the means and the tools to get set up, because we have the means, we have the finance, we have the materials. We just need the people, we need the community to come together to share the message and to really grow what we've begun building off the Guru's messages. The message I'd like to give the Sikh channel viewers is the fact that if you look at what's going on today, we're here, we're doing it. The people, the process has been put in place. We just want everyone to come together. The things are there. You just need to turn up. You just need to help, provide, share the information. The knowledge is here. We just need to get that message out there and really share it across. So if you'd like to get involved with EcoSikh, simply just drop us an email, message us on social media. We'll get in touch with you. We'll share with you all the things that you could do to get involved. And that's all it takes. We're always quite open with our messages, so just get in contact with us and we can definitely sort something out.
Sat Shri Akal, my name is V Singh Garwal and I planted trees here. I think everyone should plant trees because it is good for the environment. It was great fun planting the trees and I really enjoyed it.
I'm Roger Woods. I'm the Marketing and Communication Manager for Forestry England in the east of England. My role is predominantly, as the title suggests, telling people about who we are, what we do, telling our story. Our story is a long and illustrious one. In some parts of the country we've celebrated 100 years of forestry in Thetford Forest in the near to Norwich. We are just about to celebrate our 100th year. So my role is predominantly telling people about the events, the activities and who we are as an organisation. Now, as for forests generally, they're a remarkable source of health and well-being. They provide a huge amount of energy for people who come and visit them. And people visit them for a variety of reasons. They visit for exercise, they visit for recreation, they visit just as a destination, maybe for a cup of coffee and to walk the dog. They're remarkable places, and we have so many different locations across England, and even here in the east of London we have a variety of destinations people can come to and just exercise and perhaps have a cup of coffee and a sandwich at the end of it and make a day of it and enjoy the open environment, enjoy the natural environment, because that's what it's all about. Trees are great for the environment. They're also great for the economy, particularly when we plant them en masse as we do and harvest them, where they go back into the economic chain and provide structures for houses, panels for fences, wood for sheds. So the forestry is a multifaceted organisation, business and organisation, and it's not going to crash around our ears. and it's so important that people make use of the open space, and the open space is very accessible. We know, particularly in central London and huge urban areas, that green space is a premium, but if you can get access, however you get at that access, you can really benefit from spending time in the forest. So the key message is find some green space. It doesn't necessarily have to be this sort of green space, but find some green space which maybe has trees, maybe has a slightly different outlook. Get out there, enjoy it, because it is good for you as an individual, certainly for your health, your well-being, and certainly mental health as well. My key message to you is take advantage of the environment, get out to the environment, and more importantly, do something like we have done here today. Plant a tree, even if it's just a tree in your own back garden. Watch it grow. You might not see it grow to full height, but your family and your friends and your grandchildren may well